Hi, it's Anika from Living for Later. So this year we sent out our Christmas card along with, just my annual Christmas letter. And it's something that I enjoy doing because I like reflecting on just the year and just all that has transpired. So in any case, this year was a little bit different though, because this year in our family pictures, I didn't have a wig on, I didn't have a scarf on. It was just me with my bald head. And I was confident and just feeling good and was excited about doing it. And I was just really reflecting, and I'm like, man, I have come a long way from where I was 4 years ago when I just decided to just be done in that moment with trying to hide and cover up, right, with wigs. And I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, I feel like I have shared too much, right? And um, in the process on this channel, and I've wondered, I should say, if I've shared too much. And sometimes I cringe when I think about how obsessed I was with it, because I go back and I watch videos, right, from when I first shaved my head, and it seemed like every other video I was talking about my hair and the connections that God was making and how He was healing and how He was purging. And I was a little annoyed with myself because I'm like, man, why did I share so much? Or why was I so vulnerable about how I was feeling? And a part of me just quite honestly wished that I had just shared that first video and maybe one or two in between, right? First video for when I first shaved my hair, and then one or two in between about the process, and then fast forward to just showing, hey, look at me now. I'm confident. I'm good. And as I was dialoguing with God about it this morning, the Lord showed me, He was like, Anika, that's kind of defeating the purpose, right? If you will, because if you had just shown the beginning to now where you are and omit the process itself, that I wouldn't have been able to get the glory. And as He was unraveling all of this for me, I couldn't do anything but cry. And I know that in the beginning of all of this, He had shared with me the same thought that the process itself is a testimony. So this is not a new thing for me, but God knew that I needed that reminder, because I feel like sometimes it's so easy for us to just be like, you know what, I'm just going to tell you the end, I mean, the beginning and the end of my story, and just show you where I am now, and just like, ta da, right? But I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to show you the middle part. I don't want to share with you how I struggled. I don't want to share with you how I had to deal with, just feeling less than. I don't want to be vulnerable and show you my weakness, and how much I did struggle with not letting that be the focus, and not really understanding that this my hair or lack thereof is not what defines me, right? I want to come off as, listen, I got the lesson right away, and yes, I was confident, right? I don't want, most of us as humans, right? We don't want to really show people the process, but where does God get the glory if we just share the beginning and skip over the middle and get to where we are now, right? And it's was so humbling for me as God revealed that, because I was like, oh my goodness, God, even in this good thing, getting to this place of feeling more confident and understanding what true beauty is, that I can be tempted to take the glory, right? If I just show the beginning and the end of the process, and not necessarily show people the scars in between. I'm thankful that He reminded me of this truth, right? That the process itself is a testimony, and that I don't have to be embarrassed or cringe about some of my previous videos where I was being raw and honest and just sharing where I really was, because at the end of the day, it's about God getting all the glory and just showing that He can really bring healing if you yield to whatever process it is that He wants to take you through. So as we end 2020, I can say that this has been a year of growth for me. And I just encourage you to not be afraid to share the process, to share your weaknesses with others so that God can be glorified, so that when you do grow, right, with time, that people can see, wow, if God did that in that individual, certainly He can do it in me as I yield to whatever it is that He's doing in the process and whatever it is that He wants to do in me. Let's not be prideful and just be so caught up in presenting perfect and presenting this image that, you know what, we've just always been confident and we just arrived, you know. All right. Thank you for listening and for just coming along with me on this journey. And I'm just looking forward to all that God is going to do. And I just pray that, again, we would be committed to being transparent so that in the process, so that God can get the glory. All right, you be blessed.